Hello guys, we have started the recording. Okay. Yes, Radha. So you were asking whether since you are complete beginner, whether you'll face issues, especially when I know I'm teaching other folks also. But trust me, most of the people who are joining this particular batch have, little to no knowledge. Yes, there are some people who are still finding it valuable, who still have some playwright experience because we will be covering from basics till intermediate till advanced. And trust me, guys, like all my previous batches, like I'm currently running so many parallel batches actually. Okay, so I'm having a morning batch, I'm having an evening batch. Okay, currently we are going a weekday batch, which is currently in middle actually. So we just started with this weekend batch. So this batch is especially for those people who don't find time to especially work on the weekdays because I know considering and we are all IT professionals, weekdays are very, very tough, very tiring for us also. And having classes on weekdays could be very difficult at times. So this batch is specially designed for those people who are very busy, but they still want to upskill. Okay. So yes, to answer your question, Radha, for sure you will find this course valuable. I'm pretty sure after going through one or two demo classes, you will actually want to enroll. Why? That is like how my all students actually tell me. Okay, so don't worry if you still have any questions, any doubts, feel free to ask me in person, and I'll be there to guide you and support you. The most key part about this particular training is your mentorship. I still remember when I got started. Okay, so I'll give a quick background about me. So sorry, guys, I have not shared a little bit background about me. So I'm Piyush Gupta. I'm originally from Punjab. Okay, so I would request to please stay muted, guys, so that everybody should be able to hear me out. So just keep yourself muted so that nobody should get disturbed. And I'll give you enough opportunity to talk also. I know you will have a lot of questions. You want to ask me a lot of things. I know that. Don't worry. I will give a good amount of chance to ask me questions. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so okay, let's get started. So, yes, my name is Piyush Gupta. Okay, so I'm having close to 20 years of overall IT experience. So, I'm originally from Punjab. I'm staying in a place called Zirakpur. So, I'm currently working in a Bangalore-based MNC. Okay, so I'm currently working as a senior test automation architect. Okay, so when I got started, so I started from a very small city in Chandigarh. Okay, so which is in North India. I speak Hindi and I speak English. Okay, so these are the only two languages I speak. But in this particular course, we have to speak only in one language, which is English. Okay. And now, coming to my experience, when I got started, I started as a manual tester. Why? Just because I had no other opportunity. I was not sure. I was completely clueless when I got started. I know some of people are like me. They just got the first opportunity. Some of you got the opportunity in QA. That is how you are a tester, just like me. Okay. And when I got started, so I was, to be honest, I was very afraid of coding. Somehow, since college, I used to think that I don't know, but Java is something I was really scared about. I don't know why. But that Java syntax system dot out dot println, writing collections in Java, I was very afraid. I don't know why, but somehow I felt ये मेरे लिए शायद नहीं है. This is how I used to feel. Okay, but eventually I realized that if I have to survive in IT, I want to get into automation because initially I had no even idea about automation. Most people kept on talking about automation. So back in 2008, 2009, I was really curious. What exactly is automation? How can really learn from it? I'm talking about my real experience, guys. I know some of you can definitely relate to it. Okay, so I had no idea. My manager was not ready to give me a chance. Why? I was a completely manual tester. How can I start into automation? Okay, but slowly, I started learning myself. Back then, there was a tool called as QTP. Some of you might have heard, some of you maybe were in fifth class, sixth class, I don't know, right? So when I got started, so and now it is called as UFT, but now very few companies are using this tool. Why? It is a heavily licensed tool. So I started learning this language called VB scripting myself back then, 2008, 2009. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes. Okay, my manager gave me this comment, said, Piyush, I don't think you can really learn automation testing. And here am I, working as a trainer. Can you believe it? See, I'm just trying to share that this is a journey. Okay, so don't try to compare your current chapter with my chapter. Why? It is a journey actually. Okay, so I really want to tell you that if I can reach this particular place, okay, especially when I was so afraid to learn JavaScript, you guys can do it too. See, I'm just trying to give you hope that it is possible because I know a lot of people have this thought, क्या मैं automation कर सकता हूँ? Can I really do automation? Okay, I know that is your thought process. Okay, so I just want to give you hope that if I can do, I know how people feel. So I'm in your shoes actually. So I want to teach you in such a way that not only you should learn the concepts, you should also have fun in doing it. Why? I still remember in my college when my professors used to teach me, they used to teach in such a boring manner. I really want to sleep. But I assure you guys, you would never want to sleep in my class. Why? Firstly, my energy is also high. You will always see me, especially at 7:35 p.m. Most people have their energy level down. My energy level is very up, especially when I'm training. Why? I love what I do. Okay. So the first thing what I want to tell you is like, if you really love what you do, you'll never feel tired, guys. Okay. And the highlight about this particular course is what? The mentorship. A lot of people before this call, some like yesterday or day before yesterday, some of you were calling me and asking me, Piyush, I'm really stuck. I'm not sure what to do. I am in automation. I have just started automation, but my project is requiring me to get into these things. Some are asking me to get into Tosca, some are asking me to get into Selenium, Playwright. I'm a manual tester. I have just beginner knowledge. How do I really survive considering there are so many layoffs that are happening? Piyush, I really don't know. I feel lost. And I know that he just voiced it out. Most of you have this concern. Probably you never got a chance to vent it out. Okay. So what we'll do is we are going to start this particular journey together. I won't say this is just another training, because for just another training you can go to YouTube or Udemy. Okay, they are good sources, but this is a live instructor based course because you will get to hear from somebody who has been into your shoes. Okay, I know as an automation architect, people are having tons and tons of expectations from me. Some of you really want to get into a situation like me. Yes, you want to make a good package. I want to tell you one thing, that all you have to do is just start small. Okay, I know things can be very overwhelming. If you talk about IT, if you look at any job description, okay, somehow I really feel scared actually when I look into this job descriptions. What they say, we are looking for AWS, we are looking for BDD, we are looking for automation, we are looking for Selenium, we are looking for all these things. We want people to have APM knowledge, we want people to have mobile testing knowledge, people should have REST assured knowledge, people should have Selenium. How one person is supposed to learn everything? I know it is not easy, but in order to survive in IT industry today, you have to separate yourself from other candidates. Okay. So I just want to tell you that all you have to do is just be consistent, guys. Okay. What throughout this course, I will share you some mindset hacks, how you will actually help to get consistent, because I know you have good intentions. Some of us are like, I'll set New Year resolution goals, but like most of the goals, we are consistent for at least for a month and then we drop off. Okay. So we will learn good things also. Okay. So all right. So what we'll do is, so I was just interacting with some people actually. So I hope you're able to hear me. Please confirm, guys, if you're able to hear me properly.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Piyush.
Yes.
Yes, Piyush.
Perfect. Okay. So just before this call, actually, I'm currently outside in a hotel, and somehow just 30 minutes back, the Wi-Fi completely broke off. So I'm actually on my mobile internet. Hopefully, the mobile internet is working fine. Okay. I'm on a Geo connection. Hopefully, it should work. And yes, if you have some doubts, and if at all I'm not able to address you in this particular meeting, what I'll do is you can ask me in private. You can either post your query on the group. You can even post your query in the separate. You can even talk to me also. If required, we can even get on a call. I know some of you really have a lot of questions and doubts. So the first thing, the most exciting thing, why we are even learning Playwright, okay, I'll share with you guys. So okay, so all right, so I'll share my screen, guys. Please allow me one sec. hmm okay. So guys, I would suggest not to, chat during when the course is going on. Okay, so when the class is going on, okay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, so I'm about to share my screen. Allow me one sec. Hmm. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen, guys. Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. The first thing what we'll do is, a lot of you kept on mentioning that most our company is actually moving from Selenium to Playwright. We want to upskill. Why is everybody moving to Playwright? Now we'll see something. Okay, so the first thing what we want to learn about Playwright is, let us open this website, NPM Trends. What is this website all about? Let's see. So I'll open this website. So this is a website. So NPM stands for Node Package Manager. I know some of you have zero JavaScript knowledge. Don't worry, we are going to start from scratch. So this NPM stands for Node Package Manager. Here we can compare how many packages, how many people are downloading a particular package. For example, we can see here how many people are downloading Selenium WebDriver, how many people are downloading Cypress, okay, and how many people are downloading this Playwright actually. Okay, so what we'll do, these are Selenium downloads, guys. Now we're going to compare with Cypress. So if you see, Cypress is a pretty popular automation tool compared to Selenium. I'm not telling you, the graph is telling us. Now, the most exciting part, let us see where Playwright is. Let's see. So I've searched for Playwright. Okay, so we will see Playwright shortly. Can you see where is Playwright? Green is Playwright, orange is a Cypress, and blue is a Selenium. Yeah, this is where industry is heading towards, guys. And okay, you might wonder that, okay, Piyush, this might look fluke. Actually, these are just 1 year downloads. Let us see for last all the time downloads. Okay, so if we actually compare the downloads for the last 5 years, we can see something interesting. So if you see, okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I will see if we look at any particular peak of Playwright, you see, this is, yeah, back around 2018, 2019, Playwright was nowhere. Even till 2021, Playwright was nowhere. 2022, nothing. But since 2023 and now, you see, this is kind of a skyrocket actually. Okay, everybody is moving towards Playwright, not just because it is pretty, uh, the name looks exciting, because the Playwright itself has so many advanced features. It is so beginner friendly, okay, that we are using it. So guys, I would request you to please don't annotate or something. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. So please don't annotate because it actually ruins the screen. Okay, I know you want to play around. Don't worry. After this, we can definitely have a lot of fun. Okay, yes. Okay, so if you see here, ever since 2024, you see, Playwright and you can say Cypress were kind of okay. So Cypress, even 1 year back, Cypress was almost double, okay, as compared to Playwright. But now in 2024, 2025, you see this peak, okay. So you see how many downloads Playwright has, okay, almost 2 crores compared to Cypress, which is 64 lakhs, compared to Selenium WebDriver, which is 17 lakhs. And this tells us something, okay. So industry is going somewhere, guys. I think we have to go where industry is going. Why? Because we don't want to stay behind. Now, everybody is talking about AI, and that is the core theme of this particular course. We are calling this course as AI powered Playwright because we are going to see how Playwright and AI are kind of connected. We should know about these things called as what is generative AI. If you still think ChatGPT is AI, sorry. No, ChatGPT is not just AI. It is just, well, we can say 1% of AI. There are so many other things, guys. Okay. So what we'll do is we will learn AI also in this particular course. And now what we'll do is I'll share this course outline with you. So what exactly I'm going to cover. So, okay, so that you should have a good knowledge as to what exactly you can expect from this course. All right. So this is about Cypress versus Playwright versus Linear Web Developer. Pretty exciting, yeah. Okay. Now let us move on. So I have prepared this particular you can say curriculum. So in this particular curriculum, so if you see here, okay, the first thing we are starting from is your JavaScript basics. Okay, so I have prepared this module in such a way that as if you know nothing about JavaScript, you know nothing about coding. We are going to start from scratch. Yeah, like in JavaScript, we have to understand what is let, const, and var. We should never use var. Okay, and this is also one of the very famous interview questions. What is the difference between let, const, where? And we will understand what is the clear differences between all these things, where to use what. Some people keep on using let, sometimes they use const, they don't know when to use let and const. We will talk about these good practices, we will talk about the bad practices. In case you were wondering, how come Piyush, why you're teaching us the bad practices? I'm teaching you bad practices so that you should know what not to do. Okay, yeah, you should know what not to do so that you know what to do. Okay, we will talk about the primitive data types in JavaScript. We will start with strings. What are strings? How strings are immutable? How strings are really stored in the memory? All these things. We will start from scratch. Okay, and then we'll move on to the comparison operators, control flow, if else, everything. So basically, I have designed this entire JavaScript section. Um, Guys, I would request you all to please stay muted. Thank you. All right. So I've designed this course in such a way that even if you have no knowledge, you can still get a lot of value from this course because we are covering everything from scratch and I'll be sharing notes for each and every topic. Yes, it will be better if you create your own notes, but even if you're not able to make notes, I will create detailed notes. And these notes are coming from somebody with good hands-on experience. Okay. Yes. Okay. So not only we'll be learning notes, we'll also be going through what I'll be giving you tons and tons of assignments because these assignments will really challenge you. And the best part about this weekend course is what? You have good amount of days to practice. Most people have this feeling, overwhelming feeling. Piyush, if you're having this course, I mean, so much, how am I able to catch up? Okay, because I have my office also. That is why we are having this course on the weekend so that you have full 5 days to practice. And if you have doubts, you can ping me. You can either ping me on the group or WhatsApp, whatever. Okay. So all I expect from you is just a little bit of sincerity, just a little bit of hard work. Okay. It is all about being consistent. Nobody is telling you to study for 2 hours every single day. Not possible. Even I cannot. Okay. But 15 minutes of day, we can definitely take out. How? If you're not sure how to take out 15 minutes from your day, just start using Instagram little less, start using Facebook a little less. Okay, you can definitely find out 15 to 20 minutes. I know some of you are smiling because you are like me. Okay, just watching those reels is not going to help us. Okay, ultimately we have to feed our family. Okay, you know what just happened with TCS and Amazon and so many different companies, they are laying off people big time. Okay. So at this particular moment, we are left with no other option other than upskilling ourselves. My goal personally with all of you is you all should aim to aspire to become SDET. For some of you who are just starting into automation, I know SDET is a pretty long journey for you, but that's okay. Even if you take a maybe a time frame of 1 to 2 years from now, is it harmful actually? No, right? For some of you already have some automation experience, you can still aim for this profile called SZ and shoot a package of at least 40 LPA. Yes, it is possible. I have made this package. I know it is possible. Okay. So if it is possible for me, I know it is possible for you. And if you want a roadmap, I can share the roadmap how to become an SZ because I usually mentor a lot of people. Where do people lack? They lack in mentorship. And that is exactly what we'll be talking throughout this course. Moving on. After covering these JavaScript basics, we will talk about arrays and objects. One of the most critical thing about arrays and objects is most people don't know when to use arrays, when to use objects. Most people think that they are both data structures. Yes, that is correct. But when to use arrays, when to use objects? Some people say, yes, objects are key value pairs. But why do I even need key and value pairs? We will talk about these things. Okay. And then we'll talk about the different type of loops. To be very honest, I'll share something very honestly. For a pretty long time, okay, I used to think that for and while loop are exactly the same. After almost maybe in automation for more than 8+ years now, okay, right? After 8 to 10 years, I actually eventually realized what is the main difference between for loop and while loop. When to use for loop, when to use while loop. Yeah, I'm sharing something very honestly, and I'll be sharing all these practices with you. When to use good things, when not to use things. Then slowly, once you're getting somewhat comfortable and confident with JavaScript basics, we will move on to intermediate JavaScript. In intermediate JavaScript, we'll start about functions and all those things. I know some of you know about functions, but we'll understand when to use functions, how functions are used, and what are the different type of functions in JavaScript. Like sometimes you see this arrow syntax. Some of you are already working on Playwright projects and you are struggling when to use arrow, what is function declaration, what is function expression. This is just another way of defining the function. We'll talk about all these things. Okay, as of now, I'm just giving you a quick walkthrough. We'll talk about the advanced functionality when it comes to functions like function scope, block scope, callback functions. This is something you will have to use in Playwright throughout callback functions. This is something, it is not difficult at all. All you have to understand is what are callbacks, when to use callbacks. Then we'll talk about array methods, for each, map, filter, and very important methods like sort is a very important method. All these methods in JavaScript you want to master. Why? In Playwright, you will have to use these methods and we'll understand each and every method in depth, when to use which method. Okay, then we'll talk about the modern JavaScript. So when I say modern JavaScript, it means the JavaScript that was introduced after 2015 onwards, because in 2015 year, there was a very major change happened in JavaScript. And that major change was called as ES 2015 or ES6. So that version is called ES6. Okay, so everything what we are covering is a part of modern JavaScript, like default parameters, spread operator, arguments object is pretty old, but this rest parameters, destructure arrays and objects, very important thing. Okay, so we will understand how to use destructuring, when to use destructuring, because in Playwright, we have to understand, we have to use arrays and objects. And in case if you're wondering where does TypeScript fit into, okay, we will talk about TypeScript. And guys, please mute yours. Okay, so looks like some people join and then they forget to mute. Okay, not an issue, I understand. Okay, so in this case, we are talking about missed features. Then we'll also talk about the collections, map and set, when to use map and set. And in case if you are wondering, do we have array lists in JavaScript? We don't, because in Java, okay, arrays are fixed in length. That is why we have a special data structure called array list. While in JavaScript, arrays are dynamic. We don't have any special thing like array list. In JavaScript, we just have map and set collections. We will see what are collections and when to use them. Even if you have never used any collections before, you will be able to understand. Then the highlight about this course, logic building and interview preparation throughout. Okay, so this is a section we'll actually walk throughout the course. Okay, because most people struggle with clearing interviews. Why? Sometimes the interview asks you some DSA problem, data structure and algorithm problem. Okay, sometimes he asks you two-pointer approach, three-pointer. Don't worry, guys, if you are not able to understand these definitions like two pointers and all those things, don't worry. Okay, inside this course, we will also talk about how to think right when it comes to logic building, even if you are starting coding for the very first time. I'll be sharing programs how to enhance your coding skills. Okay, so coding is like a muscle. Like if I talk about me, I'm a gym freak person. I love gymming actually. So whether it is, whatever it is, whether it is raining storm or whatever, I have to go to gym. So that is how crazy I am. Yes, I'm talking about me. Okay, so just like I have to build muscle every single day. Same thing. Coding is also a muscle, guys. Okay. How do you build your coding muscle? Especially to new people, I'm talking about. You build your coding muscle by practicing every single day. Okay. That is how you can enhance. So I'll be sharing good number of programs with you that if you practice it, for sure it is going to enhance your coding skills. Right? You cannot say that, Piyush, I cannot get better. Why? If you are practicing, you are sure getting better. And most importantly, how to develop the right thought process when it comes to coding. That is where a lot of people struggle. That is where a lot of people, you give interviews but you are not sure what to reply. When interview gives you a problem, he doesn't ask you that, hey, I want you to use this particular option, this particular method. No, interview will never tell you what thing you have to use. But if you have done enough practice, then you should know when to use where. Okay, and that is where you will actually get better when it comes to coding, because ultimately some of you are immediate joiners, I know that. And to talk about me, inside this IT industry, see, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I have seen layoffs 4 times in my 20 years of career, and I know it is a very difficult thing. Okay, so my first layoff happened when I was in 2008, my first company. It was very unfortunate incident when I had to leave my company. Then 2017, I got laid off. And funny thing, 1 month back, I got a reward from my company for consistent performance. Okay, and 1 month later, they laid me off, saying that, Piyush, sorry, we don't have much budget to support your salary. Okay, so that was a very tough journey. I was in Mumbai. I had so many EMIs to pay. And back then, I knew only UFT. I was just having Selenium knowledge back then. I was talking about 2017, many years back actually. Okay. And I did not even had 100 rupees to pay for the auto. I have seen through these tough situations. I know, so I can relate to some of you who don't have a job. Okay. So that is the thing actually, guys. So if you promise that you are going to study with me, because I'm not here to teach you, we are here to study together, guys. Okay. Treat me like somebody who's there to guide you, support you, and mentor you along the way. Okay. And then we'll move on to advanced JavaScript. If I talk about advanced JavaScript, we will start with object-oriented programming. And the funny thing about object-oriented programming is, if you open Google, if you open YouTube and search for what are classes, what are objects, they will give you some very, very funny definitions. Class is a blueprint. Object is something you can create an instance. But as a beginner, guys, I would request you, please stay muted. Thank you. Yeah. So if you search on any YouTube video, what are classes and objects, they'll tell you what is a class and what is an object. But as a new person, yeah, as a new person, eh, mm, does it really help me? Okay, if somebody just tells me how to create a class, how to create an object, but they don't tell me what is the reason behind using classes, that is the problem, guys. And this is where we are going to learn object-oriented programming in the right manner. I'll be teaching you. We are learning together. Why do we even need classes? What is the problem in the traditional programming that we even need classes? That is the right way of teaching, guys. That is the right way of learning what is object-oriented programming. Why do I even need classes in the first place? Why do I even need constructor? What is the real reason behind using inheritance? Just learning constructor, just learning inheritance is silly, not needed. We should know the why behind things. Okay, that is why my vast industry experience is going to help here. Okay, we are going to understand about the mysterious this keyword. A lot of people are confused. What is this keyword? This is a very confusing term, but we are going to make it very, very simple for you. Okay, we'll talk about arrow functions. Most important thing, one of the very popular interview question, what is a promise? And trust me, I have spent almost 2 years studying about promises from YouTube, Udemy. I could not understand it. They said, Piyush, we promise that we will teach you promise, but I could not understand it. Okay, I know how I really studied promise. Okay, but I'll make sure that we all will understand promise in such an easy term that even if interviewer asks, we can confidently explain to him that what is a promise, when to use promise, and when not to use promise. So we'll understand what is asynchronous code, what is synchronous code, and how they are different. Okay, so some people say, like there's a popular YouTube guy, he kept on saying, so JavaScript is asynchronous. That is absolutely not correct. JavaScript has both synchronous and asynchronous behavior. Yes, okay, so JavaScript, we will understand what is asynchronous code and how it is different. So people who are from Java background, you might find this slightly different, but asynchronous behavior is like what? Running 4, 5 lines of code parallel. In Java, we write things in order. First line, then second line, then third line, then fourth line. But in JavaScript, especially asynchronous code, this is slightly different. And we are going to see how this asynchronous code is actually different. Coming to TypeScript. So ultimately, most of the companies are now moving from JavaScript to TypeScript. Why? JavaScript has a lot of issues, guys. Okay, and that is what we are going to learn. What is TypeScript and how TypeScript is actually helpful. Okay, so for this, I will be sharing with you some small things how TypeScript is helpful. Okay, and what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript? Okay, and then how TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript, because TypeScript is actually a wrapper around JavaScript. If you truly want to learn TypeScript, you should master JavaScript first. Okay, because ultimately TypeScript code is compiled to JavaScript only. Yeah, most people don't know this. TypeScript code is actually compiled into JavaScript and then we run JavaScript only. Then in case if you're wondering, then why do we need TypeScript if we are ultimately running JavaScript? Because TypeScript is giving you so many stricter features that we don't have with JavaScript. Okay, so for this, let me show you a very quick example. Why do we even need TypeScript? Look, let me show you something. So if you see here, google.com, I'll go to right click and inspect it. Firstly, okay, so I'll close this part. I'll go to the console. In case if you are not sure, we can run JavaScript right inside the browser. Okay, so now I'll show you something. So if I do something like this, const shape. Now, don't worry. We will talk about the objects actually. For now, I'm just sharing with you what is the main difference between JavaScript and TypeScript and why we even need TypeScript. Look at this. Const shape. This is a simple JavaScript object that I have created. It has two key value pairs, width and height. Okay, very simple. Now, what I'll do is in JavaScript, suppose if I'm typing shape, okay, so if you see shape dot height, instead of typing height, what if I type like this? If I make a small spelling mistake, instead of HT, I do T and H. Yes, we can do this, right? Maybe when we are trying to type fast, we can make some such kind of typo errors. See, I'm hitting enter. Is JavaScript throwing an error? No, JavaScript is not throwing an error. That is the biggest issue. Why we actually want to move from JavaScript to TypeScript? Because it ignores such typos, it ignores such issues. Okay, so we have such kind of issues with JavaScript. Now coming to TypeScript, we have something. This is the official website for TypeScript. See, guys, I'm trying to give you some good confidence that TypeScript is not difficult. JavaScript is also not difficult because my thought process is what? I want to install this thought process in all of your heads. JavaScript is easy. Why? That is why I have chosen to believe it. If you keep on saying it, you will start believing in it. Okay. Now, coming to this, go to this playground tab. So if you don't have TypeScript installed on your machine, you can run TypeScript online because sometimes maybe you have your office laptop. It has a lot of restrictions. It is not letting you to install TypeScript. Yeah, in that case, what you can do, you can open this website, typescriptlang.org. This is the official website for TypeScript. Click on this playground tab, and here you can type your TypeScript code on the left, and on the right is your compiled JavaScript code. Yes, TypeScript is eventually compiled to JavaScript, and we run this code. Now, look at this. Here, I was showing you that we have created a JavaScript object and we made a typo. We made a spelling mistake. But JavaScript is not complaining. But look over here. If I'm making a spelling mistake here, see, it is clearly telling me, just bring the mouse. It clearly tells you, property height with a spelling mistake, it does not exist on this. Did you mean height? So this is the error that we expect in JavaScript. Unfortunately, JavaScript is not as stricter like Java. Okay, Java is super strict. Java is also going to tell me, but JavaScript is a very lenient language. Okay, that is why we want to move to TypeScript. So TypeScript is for your development purpose only. See, it is clearly giving me an error. So now, in the case of JavaScript, what is happening? I'm getting the error only at runtime. But in TypeScript, we are getting the error at the design time only, even without running the code. That is the main reason why most people are looking to go to TypeScript. And we will understand TypeScript in a lot more details throughout this course. I know even if you have never coded in JavaScript or TypeScript, I'm pretty sure you will be able to understand this part. So coding is not difficult, guys. Okay, it's about how you're learning it. Okay, and I'll make sure that you are learning along with fun. Okay, because I will not sound boring. Okay, we will have a lot of fun and we will learn together. Now, moving on to the next part. So, where was our course? Yeah, here it is. Now, so we will understand TypeScript in complete details and then we will move on to VS Code editor. Now, I know some of you are maybe you just got a new laptop, you don't even have Node.js, you don't even have VS Code. I'll talk about all these things. Okay, so, okay, before we move on, let me tell you what is Node.js in very, very simple terms. Now, if I want to run Java on my machine, I need something. I need a software. I need something called as JRE. What is JRE? It is Java Runtime Environment. Very simple terms. Okay, so without having JRE, Java Runtime Environment, I cannot run Java or Java code on my machine. As simple as that. Similarly, in order to run JavaScript on my machine, I need something called as Node.js. I know some of you might have heard about Node.js. You have no idea about Node.js, but Node.js, you can think of this as if Node.js is kind of an execution environment for running JavaScript code. Okay, that is Node.js. Now, coming to the browser, I just showed you this is JavaScript code. See, guys, I'm able to run JavaScript right inside the browser console. Now, is it Node.js? The answer is no, this is not Node.js. Because let me give an example. Let's say you bought a brand new laptop. It has zero software. Means you have not installed even a single software. You install only the first software, which is your Google Chrome browser. Inside your Chrome browser, if you go to your console, right click and click on inspect, and you go to this console tab, you can run your JavaScript even without having Node.js. Why? Because every browser has its own JavaScript execution environment. Okay, but the problem with this is I cannot write my full-fledged Playwright scripts here. I can execute basic JavaScript code here, but full-fledged framework, full-fledged Playwright code, I cannot write it. I need a professional editor. Okay, right? I need a professional editor. So for Java, we have a professional editor like IntelliJ. You might have heard about this, IntelliJ by JetBrains. We have another professional editor like Eclipse, which is mainly used for running Java code. Now, when it comes to JavaScript or TypeScript, the most popular editor in the world, 99.9% developers use not IntelliJ, not Eclipse. They use this tool, which is called as Visual Studio Code. Okay, and I have prepared a document for you. Okay, so I have created one folder which is November 2025 weekend batch. I've already added this. So here I have created this particular folder. This document I'll be sharing with all of you guys after this class. Okay, you can ask me and I'll share it with you. So how to install Node.js, everything is written over here. I'll also share this with you. Okay, how to do all this. Okay, maybe after 3-4 days, but for now, if somebody is in a hurry, want to install Node.js, everything is mentioned. How to install Node.js, how to install VS Code, how to even work with Playwright. So everything is written with screenshots. It is very simple document. Anybody can easily follow it, even if you have never installed Node.js or VS Code before. Okay, so I'll share this document with you. So the name itself is what? Preparation of development environment. This is the mandatory prerequisite you all need to do if you want to run JavaScript along with your VS Code. Okay, so everything is mentioned over here. Now, moving on. to the next part. We will also talk about how to set up your VS Code ID. What are the essential plugins? Okay, so this is extremely important, guys. Okay, so I'll share with you right now how do we set up VS Code ID. It is very, very super simple. I'm about to share my VS Code machine as well. So please share, tell me, guys, if you're able to see my VS Code. Is it?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So this is my VS Code editor, guys. So if you have never worked with VS Code editor, don't worry. Okay, we will learn everything from scratch. So don't worry. So just click on this one. Okay, not this one, extensions icon. Okay, here you will have to install a couple of extensions. The first extension you want to install is what? Code Runner. Don't worry if it is not making sense why you are installing this particular extension. Okay, so I'll share everything now, but this is a demo class. As of now, I'm just sharing on a high level. In details, we will go through. For now, you want to install this extension called as Code Runner. This is very helpful. After installing this Code Runner extension, you will get this play button. You can easily click on this play and run any JavaScript code. Okay, so this run code option is coming because of this Code Runner extension. Then the second extension you want to install is your live server. Okay, it is also a very popular extension. Don't worry, in your case you will get install. Just hit the install. It might take 1 to 2 minutes and you are done. That's it. And now my VS Code, you will see a lot of beautiful icons. Okay, but if you are installed VS Code for the very first time, you'll see very, very basic VS Code icons. Okay, in that case, to get those beautiful color icon themes, so this is an completely optional extension, which is your material icon theme. Okay, and it is by Philip Kive. Don't worry if you're not able to write this down, I can share this everything with you. Okay, and then we will use this extension a lot in Playwright, which is open in default browser by PeakChan 90. Okay, and I'll tell you later on how this extension is helpful. For now, you can just note down these extensions. This is like a quick setup that we all have to do. And finally, this is the most important extension, which is your Playwright test for VS Code. That is what we have to do. Okay, so this extension is by Microsoft. And if you are able to install this extension, you will get this option, this particular button, which is your testing icon. Okay, so if it is a Playwright project, you will see something over here. Okay, so this is how you want to install these extensions, which is very, very simple thing. Okay, so I'll share this document. I'll share all these extensions with you. Okay, and now we are all set to start with the Playwright installation, guys. Okay, so in order to install Playwright, let me help you understand how to create your Playwright. So let me do one thing. I'll share my okay, folder structure as well. Just a sec. Okay, I hope you should be able to see this. So what am I doing? I'm creating a folder. I just created an empty folder, which is your Playwright November batch. Okay, so now how do we open any folder in your VS Code? It is super simple, guys. Okay, let me go to this Explorer tab. See, as of now, it is showing me what? No folder opened. You have not yet opened a folder. How to open a folder in VS Code? Very easy. Just drag and drop. Just drag and drop. It is super simple. Yeah, this is how we open any folder in VS Code. I think even a manual tester can also do. So coding is not difficult, guys. Everything we'll see from scratch and you should be able to do it for sure. Okay, so I have just created an empty folder. See, it is an empty folder. I have 0 files, 0 folders. Now, how do we install Playwright? So today I'll show you your first Playwright script, even if you have never done any coding before. And it is super simple. Anybody can do it. Okay, very, very simple. So the first thing is how to open terminal, because VS Code comes with its own integrated terminal. Yes. Now, if I want, I can go outside VS Code, and if you are on Windows, you can use command prompt. If you're on Mac like me, you can open your terminal outside. But why to go outside when VS Code is giving you an own integrated terminal? Yeah, so that is the power of these editors. They give you super powerful options like this. So how to open terminal? Click on terminal and then new terminal. That's it. This is how you open the terminal. Okay, but again, you have to bring your mouse to terminal, click on the new terminal. I'm little lazy, guys, in this. Okay, I always look for shortcuts, and I'll be teaching a good programming shortcuts, because that is what separates pro from amateurs. Okay, so let me close the terminal. Now, the second way of opening terminal, you should know these things, guys. Okay, click on this particular button. Yeah, it is not difficult, right? Just click on this button, click on this terminal, and the terminal is open again. But again, I have to drag my mouse, click on this, and then click on this. Again, 2, 3 steps. Again, I'm a little lazy. I will not do this. Now, how do we open terminal? The best way. So in order to open the terminal, I would like to hear from you. Anyone who can tell me. Now you can unmute anyone who can tell me where is the backtick key on your keyboard. I know most people don't know where is backtick key, but we have a backtick key on our keyboard. Anyone who can tell me. Any fast.
Right below escape key in Windows laptop.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. So right below the escape key, you have a quote, slanting quote with some angle. That quote is called as your backtick key. And this backtick key is actually used a lot in JavaScript. We don't use this backtick key in Java. Okay. But in JavaScript, we are going to use this backtick key. So it is a very cool shortcut. I'm about to press Control and backtick key. Even if you're on Windows or Mac, doesn't matter. It is going to open your terminal. See, yeah, so this shortcut is for lazy people like me. Okay, so this is how we do. Okay, so in case if you're wondering why I'm actually laughing and having fun, why? Because whenever I'm teaching something, okay, I always like to have fun because this is how I feel. Yes, it's just a thought process that I've chosen to believe that when I'm doing something, why to feel bored? Why not as well have fun on it? Yeah, this is how I feel. And that is why I really give my best because I'm really enjoying and I want to make other people also enjoy. Because anyways, if you are learning, let us have some good amount of fun. Okay, now how to install Playwright from scratch? Okay, assuming you have Node.js, if you already have, let's say, you have this document, you have installed Node.js, you have installed VS Code after going through this document, which I'll share with you. I'm assuming everything is set up. Just run this command node space dash v, and you will see you have Node.js, which is already enabled. Okay, and in case the font size is less, simply press Control and plus. Okay, in my case on Mac, Command and plus or Command and minus. You can increase or decrease the font size. Okay, let me increase it in case I know it might be slightly less. So now Node is already installed. What I'll do, I'm all set to install Playwright now. Okay, so let me press Control and L to clear the terminal. Control L, terminal is cleared. Now npm init playwright @latest. This is a command that you want to run to install Playwright on your system. Okay, so this npm stands for Node Package Manager. So I'll just tell you on a high level. So guys, please stay muted. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Now, whenever I install Node.js, which is the execution environment for JavaScript, automatically this NPM is also installed. So Node.js has a specific purpose. NPM has a specific purpose. Now, the purpose of Node.js is only to run JavaScript. That's it. So if you want to run JavaScript anywhere on your machine outside the browser, you need Node.js. I think you should be able to understand this part very easy. Now, coming to NPM, some of you might have worked with Cypress and other JavaScript tools. You might have used NPM, but you never have understood what is NPM. So NPM is for installing any third-party library. For example, Cypress, NPM install Cypress, NPM install Playwright. Okay, so for installing any third-party library from internet onto your local machine, you need something called as npm. That's it. Now, simply hit enter. Okay, now I've hit enter. The first thing it is going to ask me is what? Which language you want to use, whether to use TypeScript or JavaScript. So we will be learning both. Okay, for now, I'll go with TypeScript. Okay, so and if you want to go with JavaScript, just use the down arrow key. That's it. And this is how you can select. Let me go with the default option, TypeScript. Simply, I'll hit enter. Now, it is going to ask me where to put your end-to-end tests. What does it mean? It simply means that what is the folder, which is the folder where you will store all your Playwright test cases. So test is the default folder. You don't want to, change anything. Just hit enter to get the default option. It means all my Playwright test cases will be stored inside the test folder. Very simple. Simply hit enter. Add a GitHub Actions workflow. This is for CI/CD. As of now, we are not talking about it. Later on in the advanced part, we will talk about CI/CD, what is continuous integration, what is continuous delivery, what is Jenkins and all. As of now, I don't want to talk about this because it will be confusing for new people. So we'll simply go with the default option, true. Now, this is very important. install Playwright browsers. What happens? Some of you have Selenium background. In Selenium, your previous before the Selenium manager, which came in 4.6, I know some of you can relate that it was a pain in Selenium because if your browser version updates, your browser driver is not automatically updated and your Selenium scripts used to fail, which was a big pain in Selenium. But in Playwright, what they have done is they are giving their own verified, tested, stable browsers. Even though I'm having my own, yeah, this Arc is a special browser that I'm using. I like to use Chrome much because it is a heavily memory consuming machine. Okay, so I use Chrome very less. So this is an Arc browser. This is my Chrome. I also have Apple Safari. I also have my Microsoft Edge. So Playwright gives me its own browsers to install. Okay. So what all browsers Playwright supports? It supports the real Chrome browser. It also supports Chromium, which is the engine for Chrome. We will talk about this in Playwright once we'll end with JavaScript and TypeScript and move on to Playwright. We'll talk about these browsers in detail. For now, just understand that Playwright gives me its own browsers and I can use those browsers. That's it for now. Okay. And see, I'll hit enter. For the first time, if you're doing it, it will install Playwright browsers and it might take approximately 10 to 15 minutes or even more. Why? Playwright browsers are heavy actually. Okay, but in my case, I keep on giving these trainings, Playwright training. So I already have the latest Playwright browsers on my machine. Okay, and that is how I install it. So my Playwright installation is done, guys. That's it. It is so simple. I think in less than 5 minutes, we have created our first Playwright folder, which is your Playwright Nov batch. And then I have successfully installed Playwright. Okay. And you should see a message called happy hacking. This is Playwright's cool way of saying that, hey, you are ready with Playwright. And now you can run your Playwright tests. Okay, this is your node modules folder, test folder. So this is the folder that Playwright was asking me, where do you stay? I mean, create your test cases. And can you see such colorful looking icons I have? In your case, you might not have these colorful icons. Why? You have not installed this particular extension, which is your material icon theme. So this material icon gives you such colorful icons. So I personally like to have a good experience when I'm coding. So this is completely optional, but if you're like me, you like colorful icons, you can install this material icon theme and you will get such nice, cool looking icons. Yeah. Okay. So Playwright is installed. Where is Playwright installed? Inside the node modules. This is your Playwright. And in case if you're wondering what are all these, don't worry about everything. Just understand that these are the transitive dependencies which Playwright internally needs. So Playwright automatically downloads all these things. You don't worry about all this. Don't worry. All you have to understand is Playwright is there. That is enough for you. That's it. Now, what we'll do is I'll show you how to create your first Playwright script, even if you have never coded before. Okay. So please do this if possible. If you can do this right now, I'll be happy. If not, you will get this recording later on. So guys, this is a live course with recording. Some of you who are not able to join live, you will get the recording the very next day. Okay. So this, you will get all of these recordings, which are for lifetime access. Okay. Now, let us create our very first Playwright script from scratch. So this is a website, let's say, which is what your Orange HRM. Some of you might have seen this already. This is a very simple website. So I'll open this Orange HRM. So my requirement is from Playwright, I want to open this URL and I will fill the username, I'll fill the password, and I'll click on the login button. And I want you all to do this, even if you have never coded before. Why? This will give you confidence that yes, I can also do Playwright. For some of you who are still afraid whether you can really do coding, like some of you are messaging me personally, Piyush, I'm not sure if I can really code, right? I want to break this myth of yours because this is a self-created belief. These are called self-limiting beliefs. Okay. You want to destroy this belief. Now, how do we start? Very, very simple. Okay. So in order to start this, what we can do here. Okay. So I'll do this. I'll come to this example.spec.ts. Okay. So what we'll do over here, this is the sample test case provided by Playwright. So how many test cases we have? Don't worry about this code. We'll see everything in detail in Playwright. For now, just understand that this is your first test case in Playwright. This is your second test case in Playwright. That's it. You don't want to understand any further as of now. So what I'll do is I'll create a new test case. Simply I'll copy this code and I'll paste it at the bottom. I'll remove everything. Okay. And then I'll change this name. So I'll call it my first Playwright test. And in less than 5 to 10 minutes, then I'll show you how to get your first Playwright test up and running. Okay. So what do you have to do? You can understand this go-to is a very simple method. It simply visits a particular web page. If you're from Selenium background, this is same as driver.get. Okay. So, and if you are not aware about Selenium, ignore whatever I'm talking about Selenium. So this is for those people who have some knowledge about Selenium. So I'll copy this URL. I'll go to the Playwright VS Code. I'll replace this URL with this. Okay. Yeah. And if you see my area of coding is smaller. So in that case, I can click on this button so that I see a bigger view. Let me click on the Explorer. You see, I have a bigger view now. And if I now open terminal, control and backtick, see, I'm getting such a small view to code. Yeah. So that is why I like to keep my terminal closed majority of times because the area of coding is very small now. So how to hide the terminal? Just click on the cross. It is not closing. It is just hiding it. Hide panel. Yeah. Now, what I'll do is I'll run this command await page.pause. Don't worry about this await. This is about your asynchronous code. Async and await. We'll talk about these things in depth in your Playwright. Okay, so await page.pause. Now what I'll do is I'll run only this particular test case. What do? I'll use something called as only. So this only is kind of an annotation that tells Playwright that, hey, run only this particular test case, even if there are multiple test cases inside this file. And if you're not understanding this part, don't worry. So for now, I'll clear the terminal, Control L. I'll take it slightly bottom and I'll run this command npx playwright and test. What is this command for? This command is used to run your Playwright test cases. As of now, I have only one file. So I'm going to run this particular file, but only this particular test case because I have written run only this particular test case and ignore everything else. So if I'll run this code by using dash dash headed, make sure you are using dash dash headed here. Otherwise, this page.pause will not work. Don't worry, I'll tell you everything in detail in Playwright. For now, we are just creating our first Playwright script from scratch. Now, if I'll do this, I have page.pause. I have this dash dash headed. So what I'll do, I'll run this code. Simply, I'll hit enter. Let's see. Enter. And by default, Playwright runs tests in all the three browsers, which is your Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. Okay. So for now, what I'll do, I'll close it. Okay. And if you want to do this, what you can do, just open your playwright config.ts, scroll down in the project section, and you see this is your Chromium browser, what Playwright has installed as a part of its installation. We have a Firefox browser. We have a WebKit browser, which is your Safari browser engine. So for now, I'll comment out WebKit and Firefox because I want to run my tests only on Chromium for now. So I'll comment them. Please do this. And later on, come here, use the up arrow key. Otherwise, you'll have to type the entire command again. Just use the up arrow key to see the last run command. Hit enter. Now only one browser will open. See, only Chromium is open. So it is trying to open Orange HRM. And now Playwright Inspector will open. So this Playwright Inspector, just understand for now that this is for your debugging part. Okay. So now if you want to basically interact with this text box, and click on this login button, it is super simple, guys. What we need to do, you see this option, pick locator, just click on this pick locator button and see, I'm getting this. If I just bring my mouse here, this is a locator created by Playwright. Okay, it is not difficult to understand how to read this. I'm looking for a text box that has this name username. Selenium people, this is a super powerful method in Playwright. We'll talk about this in depth, how these get by role locators are so powerful than Selenium locators. This is more user friendly and more easy to understand compared to Selenium. So I'll copy this entire locator and I'll write what? I'll close this configuration file and then I'll use await page.pause. Sorry, not page.pause, page.getByRole.fill. Let me close this part as well. So in Selenium, we use send keys to type something into the text box. In Playwright, we use the fill method. What I want to fill, I want to fill the actual username. What is the actual username here? See, they have given, which is admin. So I'll copy this admin and I'll paste here. Okay, and then I'll use what? Await page dot. Now, this line is going to enter the text admin inside the username field. Now, I want to interact with password also. How do I do? Very simple. Just click on this button, which is your pick locator. Click on this password, and the locator is copied here. That is the reason why I use page.pause so that Playwright Inspector window is open. So I'll copy this locator. I'll come over here. Okay, let me hide the terminal for now. And here I'll simply paste it. Page.getByRole. Now, this is how we interact with the password field through Playwright. Just understand this for now. You don't want to get into details. What is page? What is getByRole? Everything we'll cover later in Playwright. For now, just understand that this is your username text box. This is your password text box. On the username text box, I am filling admin. On the password, I am filling the password. So what is the password here? It is your admin123. Let me enter it. What else I want to do? I want to hit the login or whatever. Yeah, login button is there. Yeah. So I'll click on this button again, click on login. Okay. And I'm getting the locator. So basically, what is a locator in simple terms? As a human, I can see it is a button. As a human, I know it is a text box, username. It is a text box, password. But Playwright is not human. What is Playwright then? Playwright is simply a robot. Playwright doesn't have eyes. Playwright cannot see it as a text box. Playwright cannot see it as a button. This is how Playwright understands that it is a button or it is a text box like this. So I'll copy this. I'll go back to the VS Code. I'll write await page dot, paste it. And for buttons, what do I want to do with the button? Think logically. Do I want to type something? No, this is a button. Button is supposed to be clicked. So I'll use which method? Same. We do the same thing in Selenium. We use the click method. Okay, so what is my test case doing? It is entering the username, it is entering this password, it is performing the click, and finally it will pause. That's it. This is your first Playwright test case ready, guys. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me close it. I'll rerun it again, and then we'll see is it really working. So control backtick will open the terminal, control L will clear it, up arrow key, hit enter. Let's see. I'm pretty sure even after this demo, at least you can try this. And this will give you confidence that yes, Playwright is not difficult. See, your first script is up and running and it is working for you guys. Okay, so this is what you can do. I want you to try this thing. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, I think we all can do this, right? After this particular session is over, yeah, you will get this recording. Just go to this particular part and practice it yourself. This will give you confidence that yes, see, confidence is built in increments. Okay, so you cannot get this confidence of becoming an automation architect from day one. But can you get this particular confidence that yes, I am able to run my first test case? That's it. We want to build confidence in increments, in chunks. That is what I'm trying to help you with. Okay, so please do this. Yeah, so let me close this. And my first Playwright script is passed. See, it is passed. That's it. This is how we create my first Playwright test case, guys. Okay, and now I will be opening up for questions pretty soon, but as a part of this course, I'll be talking about a lot of interview tips also. So moving on, we will understand in depth, even in Playwright, we will talk about everything, installing Node.js, VS Code, everything. I just give you a quick demo how to install Playwright. We will talk about the architecture of Playwright, how Playwright is faster compared to Selenium, because Playwright uses something called as WebSockets. I'll just give you a high level idea. Whenever you talk to somebody on WhatsApp, whenever you in office, you either use Teams or Slack or something. How do you talk to somebody using something called as WebSockets? You should know this tool. Okay, so we will understand in depth how Playwright architecture is better and faster as compared to Selenium. Okay, we'll talk about the test structures and all those things. Okay, so you can go through this entire everything because I have covered each and everything. You think about a topic about Playwright, it has to be here. We will talk about locating elements. We'll talk about record and play. We'll talk about Playwright, UI mode, runner, traces, everything what is required in Playwright, everything we are covering, and that too in depth. We'll talk about mouse events. We'll talk about these are advanced scenarios, handling child windows. Okay, we'll talk about the API testing with Playwright and how to run connected APIs. So Selenium is not an API testing tool, guys, in case if you're sure. For API testing, we have to use something called, like some of you were mentioning previously, REST assured library. Okay, while Playwright has its inbuilt, you can say, support for API testing, which is super simple. Even as a beginner, you can easily do all this. Then we'll talk about the visual testing with Playwright. We'll talk about accessibility testing. Yeah, this is very important. Solving Playwright interview questions. These are some very complex US scenarios. Working with complex calendars, working with tricky dropdown, there's a very good website, fast.com. Let me show you something. If you open fast.com, okay, so for now, it is not very fast as of now, but I'm using a mobile internet. So if I'm on my home laptop, it is going to give you the correct speed actually. You want to automate this. It keeps on changing. It keeps on changing. It keeps on changing. Yeah. So this is what you want to automate with Playwright, and we will see this. Okay. So we will see this. These are not easy scenarios. A question was actually asked in one of the interviews, and one of my friends shared it with me. Okay. Recommending fast.com. Shadow DOMs. Most of the guys, are you able to hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear. Sir, in between your
Okay.
voice
Oh,
is breaking.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I think now you can hear me, right?
You're still cutting
Okay.
off a little
So,
bit.
hear me? Is it better?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah.
but when you
Please
complete
tell
a
me. Are you?
sentence in the middle, of a sentence, a one word or two word kind of goes away throughout your recordings.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, guys. Actually, this Wi-Fi is just broke before this particular this session. Actually, I really apologize for this. Okay, and I'm relying on my mobile internet. I was complaining to them why this Wi-Fi is not working, and they are currently working on it. I don't know. Maybe they are testing our patience. That's okay. So, anyways, we will be talking about how to automate iframes, because most modern applications rely heavily on iframes. Suppose some of you are working on Salesforce applications, some of you are working on more complex applications like Udo and all those things. They rely on Shadow DOM. So the Shadow DOM is something which is kind of a, you can say, DOM inside a DOM. Like most banking applications have a lot of Shadow DOMs. Okay, for security purpose, we will see how to automate Shadow DOMs, how to work with Shadow DOMs when they are inside iframes. We will see such complex scenarios as well. Network request timing, how the Playwright framework features work. Okay, AI powered Playwright. Ultimately, this is my objective for all of you. Look at this. By the end of this course, you will be able to understand all the fundamentals. If somebody asks you in interview, you should be able to explain the architecture and capabilities of Playwright. You will be able to design and develop your automated test cases. You will be able to do implement UI and functional testing, cross-browser testing. You should be able to work independently in Playwright projects and easily able to clear interviews if you study hard. Okay, so you will be able to handle advanced scenarios, generate reports and debug tests. You should be able to integrate tests with CI/CD pipelines, analyze failures, because this is most important. Your manager will tell you, hey, this particular script is flaky, this is failing. I want you to analyze it. How will you analyze if you don't have the knowledge? This is where you'll get the knowledge. Okay, so you will get some bonus materials which I'll be sharing, some interview questions, some interview negotiation tips and all those things. So the total duration for the course is approximately anywhere between 45 50 hours, could be more actually, because I like to cover topics in detail. I will never compromise on the quality part. So it can be more, it cannot be less, I believe. So yes, these are some frequently asked questions. Okay. So yes, this is very useful for manual testers. Why? Because like I've seen feedback from all my previous students, they have benefited greatly. Okay. And they would like to, usually all of my students want to stay in touch with me, mostly on LinkedIn, mostly on WhatsApp. Okay. Do I need any prior programming knowledge to join this course? Absolutely not. Okay. Yes, if you have knowledge, it is good. But even if you don't have it, don't worry. We will cover everything from scratch. Can I improve my programming skills after this training? Absolutely. See, I'm going to give my best. The only thing is, are you ready to follow? Are you ready to practice? If you are ready to extend your hand, we can have a rock solid partnership. Okay. Will you get the recordings? Yes. After every session, you will receive the recordings. What if I miss a session? See, I know life can come in the way. So you will get the recording and you can treat this like a self-paced course. So suppose if you miss Sunday session, you will get the recording. You can easily go to this recording maybe on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. So yeah, so what is the duration of this course? Approximately slightly around 2 months, maybe slightly more than 2 months, approximately. I never rush through my topics. So depending on the pace of the batch, it might take longer, because people sometimes ask me questions and I have to answer them. Yes, I'll be sharing assignments. Okay, so it is a completely fully practical training. So which tools and frameworks? Yes, we'll be along with Playwright, we will learn important concepts like framework designing, hybrid framework, CI/CD integration with Jenkins, best practices in automation, bad practices also, so that you know what not to do. And most importantly, you should be able to work with real-time projects. Okay, so yes, will this training help me showcase my automation knowledge? Absolutely. If you study well, for sure you can. And can I crack automation interviews? It totally depends upon how much you're practicing. Okay, so if you attend sessions regularly, practice consistently, and complete the assignments, for sure you can clear your automation interviews. Okay, yes, we provide a certification, and yes, you can stay connected with me even after this course, and I will be able to help you out. Okay, so, and most importantly, guys, in this today's era where layoffs are happening big time, what I want to just tell you is, okay, you want to be bold, you want to be loud, you want to be confident. Okay, if you are shy, just like me, I was a very shy person initially. People were crushing me big time. Okay, so I improved upon my communication skills. I improved my leadership skills. I improved my technical skills and communication skills. Yes, these are soft skills you have to work. Okay, so if you want to truly succeed in IT, you want to give your best. Okay, so that's it, guys. And most importantly, I will be there to guide you and mentor you. You will never see my back. So now we are opening up for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me and I'll be happy to answer. So let us do one by one. Like Shrikant has raised his hand. If you have any questions, I would suggest just raise your hands rather than all unmuting yourself, which is easy. So yes, Shrikant, feel free to ask me questions.
Yep. Hey, hi, Pesh. So the course will be in the same timings, and
Yes,
it will be
exactly.
2 hours.
Yes, it will be from 7:30 till 9:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time.
Okay.
And I will be giving you
Okay.
some breaks in between. Like today's a demo class, like I'm done actually, but in the actual classes, okay, which will be starting from the next week, okay, I will be giving you some breaks in between, maybe 5-10 minutes, whatever it is, depending upon all of you, because 2 hours can be too much at times. I understand that. So I will give you some breaks in between. So 7:30 till
Okay.
9:30, both Saturday and Sunday. Yes.
Okay.
Any more questions?
And fee structure will be shared by the team.
Yes, fee structure will be shared by the team. They will be reaching out to you. Okay, you can talk to them. They will be definitely guiding you.
Okay. And how about like limitations on the Playwright? Like you are telling on only the positive side, right? Is there any limitations compared to the Selenium? Like I heard something like it's in a web-based using for the web-based automation, right? So is there any limitations on this one, like file upload, file selection, all those things?
Mhm. See, okay, I'll tell you. See, how when Playwright was actually built, they were building Playwright only after looking at Cypress and Selenium very closely. When Playwright was built, so Playwright is actually developed by Microsoft. Okay, yes, there are some limitations of Playwright. For example, you can say Playwright supports JavaScript, TypeScript, and it's like Selenium. It supports multiple programming languages. Like it also supports Python, Java, .NET, which is great. But it means sometimes beginner might feel overwhelmed. There are some concepts like async and await, which is not there in Java, which can be slightly hard to understand, but I'll try to make it very, very simple for you so that you guys will be able to understand. Another limitation of Playwright, it is not a mobile testing tool. In case if you want to test mobile applications, you cannot test. Playwright is not the tool for that. Means testing your iOS and your Android apps. You cannot test your mobile apps through Playwright. Okay, so if that is a requirement, you want to look into another tool like APM. Okay, another limitation. So you were asking, so can I integrate Playwright with legacy systems like maybe older your enterprise applications that were using Java Swing and all those things? Okay, so it is harder to integrate them. Okay, yes, there are some challenges.
Okay.
See, nobody is perfect. Like you are not perfect, I'm not perfect, Playwright is also not perfect. But compared to most of the things, it is definitely better and super powerful.
Got it.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
No worries. So guys, definitely you can ask me questions. Just raise your
Hey,
hands and I'll be.
yeah, this
Yes,
is
Anu.
Anu.
Yes, Anu.
Um, First of all, thank you so much. You have actually provided a very good, detailed, high-level approach, and it's really easy to follow you. Thank you so much for your nice guidance here.
Thank you.
I have a question in the in the tool that some of them are actually talking that Playwright is going to help performance testing. Is that the true statement? Because when I was checking through other sources, I don't see that Playwright is not the tool for, Playwright is not the tool for performance testing, but it can monitor the network something. Can you explain a little bit about or give some ideas or insights into this?
Definitely. So that's a very good question, actually, Anu. So to talk about the performance testing, okay, yes, you can use Playwright for some types of performance testing, but you want to be careful because firstly, what Playwright team markets, like what Microsoft team, you can say tells about Playwright is it is not an performance testing tool. It is a GUI automation testing tool, just like Selenium. If you compare it with Selenium, even Selenium is also a browser-based automation tool. Okay, so when it comes to performance testing, you can do some limited things. For example, Anu, you can do what? Using Playwright, you can access to your browser APIs. You can talk about navigation timing, resource timing. That is something you can do. But if you want to talk about full-fledged metrics and like all those things, right? In that case, you want to use a professional tool. For example, Jmeter is the right tool for this. Maybe K6. I teach these tools also. But for now, this is outside the scope of this course because you're talking about performance testing. Yes, Playwright can support very little, but if you play performance testing is your main requirement or your primary requirement, Playwright is not the tool for you in that case, in simple terms.
Okay. Thank you so much, Piyush. Okay.
No worries.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Hey, my name is Naveen, and
Naveen,
I just
yes,
want to, yeah, I just
go
want
ahead.
to understand, like, you are telling you will teach the course in by using Java, but most of, I mean, the project
Not
which I'm where
JavaScript.
I'm working,
Sorry,
yeah,
hold on. Naveen, we
yeah,
are learning JavaScript and TypeScript together in this course, not Java.
no, I understand. My question is like, in my current project, like, we use Microsoft programming things like a C Sharp and other things. So
Okay.
if I learn the JavaScript or TypeScript, like, how can I convert that into by using C Sharp? Like, do I need
Oh,
to parallelly learn C Sharp also?
I would suggest yes, if your project requires you to have C sharp knowledge. See, ultimately, programming languages are quite similar. If you have basic programming level knowledge, whether you learn
Hmm.
Java, JavaScript, it doesn't really matter because ultimately the programming fundamentals are same. Okay, it's just the
Okay,
syntax is different. But ultimately, if you're learning JavaScript in this batch, for sure it will be an edge for you that you are still learning Playwright. And yes, you have to do small things for C sharp, okay, because ultimately the syntax would be slightly different, but you will still have an edge.
okay,
Why? You are learning JavaScript from scratch. It'll be easy for you
okay,
to learn C sharp also.
okay. And one more question. Sorry for that.
No
Sorry,
worries.
others.
Guys,
Uh,
don't feel sorry or
um,
something. Now is the time for you to
yeah.
ask me questions. So feel free to ask me, Bindas. Go ahead.
Yeah, the second thing is like most of my applications are legacy applications. Like we don't use many web-based applications. We use desktop
Okay.
applications, and most are legacy ones, like
Right.
by using SQL and other things. So
Uh-huh.
how can we? I mean, is it similar to do automation on the desktop applications, or is there any limitations on that?
Oh, okay. That's a very good question, actually. So, Playwright is a completely browser-based automation, just like Selenium and Cypress. So, if you want to
Okay,
automate desktop applications, Playwright is not the tool for that because Playwright doesn't support any desktop application.
understand. Okay,
Yeah, only browsers it can automate. No desktop applications are supported.
okay. Thank you. Yeah,
No
that's
worries.
it from us.
All right, Naveen. Yes, guys. Any one of you can unmute and ask me questions. Whosoever is
Yes,
ready.
I had
Yep.
a question as well too. Yeah, so for basically he already asked
Hi
the question
Piyush,
about
this
the
is
legacy
Aboli here.
application.
So
Can you hear
I
me?
have knowledge of Selenium. I've been working with
Aboli,
Selenium
just give me
using
1 sec,
Java.
please.
So I
Hello.
just wanted to understand in terms.
Hello?
Aboli, sorry, but Vakas was talking, so I'll come to you. Just give me 2 minutes. Huh? Yes, Vakas. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so basically what I was talking about is the legacy applications that it can automate those applications. I need the same thing that Selenium does.
Hmm.
One of the things that I was asking is for this course particularly, do you recommend that we have uh, multiple screens set up so we can go ahead and look at your presentation and work on our
Nothing like that.
at the
No.
same time?
It's gonna be very simple. You don't need multiple screens or something. If there is any special requirement, I'll definitely share with you. But for now, you don't need any special setup to go through this course. Actually, it is going to be very simple. So for sure you can understand.
Okay. Okay, that's one of the questions that I have. Second is that are you also going to be teaching something that I heard about Playwright that you can I'm basically a manual tester. I'm going towards trying to go towards automation. So
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you the really basic question. Is
yeah,
basically I heard that they were talking about recording in Playwright that basically that you know how you copy the username and the password and you put that in as a script.
correct.
It says it can code automatically all of these things and it can record your whole script because our
Yes,
application is a huge application. So if I'm
correct.
using this application,
Mm,
it's gonna take me a very long time if I do line by line. So I heard the reason that they wanted to use or a company wanted to use Playwright for
mm,
automation is the reason
mm.
so they can just kind of record everything and it will automatically um, go through all the logins for the whole application and
Absolutely.
complete all the forms. Is that correct? Is that something that you will be also going over?
Yes, absolutely. So we will be talking about how to generate all your code through Playwright. But as of now, it is just a demo class. I just wanted to make people aware about how to use Playwright. Okay, so I don't want to overwhelm people by giving so much of information which they cannot digest. So that is why I was trying to make it super simple. But to answer your question, yes, Wakas, this is possible. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly.
Sure. No, no, no. You're absolutely right. That's fine. And one of the questions that I have
Huh.
is that can be also done in the virtual desktop as well too? Because as security for any government projects, we're not allowed to do it on
Okay.
our machine. We have to do it on our virtual machine. Would that have any issues with Playwright doing that
Okay. So what's the question on virtual machines, you mean?
on a virtual machine, like using the same laptop, but basically using a virtual machine like the VM and putting
Mm-hmm.
Playwright on that and downloading it on a virtual machine and then running the scripts? Would that create any issues or problems that you've seen?
No, actually, because Playwright, that's a very, very thoughtful question. I was not expecting this kind of question, but yes, that's a very good one because Playwright can run tests on your virtual machines as well. Yes, it
Okay,
supports.
thank you.
Yeah,
Sports, thank you.
yes, no worries. Yes, Aboli, please unmute and then you can ask me questions.
Yeah, hi Piyush. I hope I'm audible and clear.
Yes, Aboli, you're very
Yeah,
much audible and I can hear you. Please go ahead with your
yeah,
question.
okay. So, like I was saying that I have been working in Selenium using Java. So,
Huh.
I just wanted to understand in comparison to Selenium, how code extensive is Playwright, and this is yeah. First of all, this question.
Okay, so Playwright is having a lot of see whatever Selenium can do, Playwright can do everything. But the only difference on a high level is, let's say you're new to Playwright. I can just tell you that Playwright is a super simple tool. If you have experience with Selenium, it is an edge. But if you don't have Selenium experience, you can still learn Playwright. Why? It is super simple, super beginner friendly compared to Selenium, which is not a beginner friendly tool because mostly people like are really afraid of Java, just like how I was initially. Okay, Java is not easy. It is a steep learning curve. In order to truly master Selenium, you have to understand Java, advanced Java, collections, and all those things, which is sometimes too much for beginners. Are you getting what I'm
Mm,
saying, Aboli?
yes, I understand. Yes, that's why I was asking. Like, is it that coding extensive for
No, no,
Playwright
it is
as
not.
well?
No, no, it is not that coding extensive. Even if you are a
Mm,
beginner, you can easily follow JavaScript and TypeScript. I just showed you an example of JavaScript and TypeScript. I think you can understand how
mhm.
simple it is.
Okay.
So
And
don't worry.
one
Yeah.
another,
Good.
yeah, the a different on the different line, like I have not even like read about what Cypress is used for. So if you can
Okay.
just quickly give me a comparison between Playwright versus Cypress, what is Cypress used for versus Playwright?
So Cypress is also a pretty popular automation tool. So it is there for almost 5, 6 years now. So previously, as I was mentioning initially in NPM Trends website, so Cypress is growing also big time. But Playwright has surpassed Cypress since last 1 or 2 years. So Cypress is also a browser automation tool, just like Playwright. But Cypress has some major limitations. Like Cypress doesn't support different origins. It doesn't support multiple tabs, multiple windows, which is a major issue with Cypress. While Playwright can soup easily automate different domains, different tabs, multi-windows, and all those things. So Playwright is super powerful in that. For you, just understand for now that Cypress is also a browser automation tool. But Playwright has more advanced features, but easier than Cypress.
Okay, got it.
Yes,
Thank you, Piyush. Thank you, Piyush.
no worries. Yes, guys. Okay, maybe Hemanya. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but you can ask me questions.
All good. Piyush, I have a question. Like you said that we are going to Sorry, my question might be stupid, but you
No,
said
don't
that we are
worry.
going to start the extensive testing from next week,
Yes.
but still we have a class tomorrow, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because for the first 2, 3 are demos actually. Because sometimes people take some more time to, you can say, take a decision. So initially for
Mhm.
maybe 1 or 2 classes, right? So these are demo classes for you. But for you it is demo. For me it is an actual class because I'm actually teaching you. For like today we were having like I was giving you a walkthrough. From tomorrow it is like a normal class. For you it is demo. For me it is normal class. So actually the classes start
Okay.
from tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. You said, I like when somebody was asking, this is the
Hmm.
second question, Piyush. When
No
somebody
worries.
was asking, I heard saying we have limitations in uploading a file, isn't?
Uploading files. No, no, no. Uploading files is super simple in Playwright. I will show you in advanced Playwright how to automate files. How to automate uploading files. It is super simple actually.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All good,
And
Piyush. That's me.
yes. Sure, Aboli, you can drop off. No worries. Okay. If you don't have any questions, you can drop off, guys. So I'm not covering any more thing. It is all about people asking questions now. If you have a question, you can stay back. If you are done, you can just go enjoy with the family, have dinner and chill, relax. Tomorrow we'll meet at same time, 7:30. Yes, Shatakshi, go ahead.
Thank you.
Hi,
All right.
Piyush. Yeah, I just want to ask one thing. Will you help us, Shiki, to cover one test case using the BDD approach also in Playwright?
Okay, so you want to have okay. So actually, BDD is not a part of this course because mostly people overuse BDD. They don't even know what BDD is for. They when I simply ask them why you are using BDD, they simply tell me that my project is using it. But BDD is not just about given when then. BDD is basically just a simple wrapper around Playwright. Ultimately, you are coding in Playwright only.
Mhm.
BDD is just a cute wrapper around Playwright. Okay, it is about given when then. BDD is more about collaboration with your stakeholders. Most people don't do this and they are calling we are really using BDD. Come on, are you really using BDD if you're not really interacting with the stakeholders? No, you are just calling you are using BDD, but you're not really. But if you want it, I can give you some idea about how to use BDD.
Yep, sure. Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Hi Piyush, Radha again. Just a
Yes,
quick,
Radha.
um, as a beginner and as you have got a vast experience as mentor, how much hours do you think beginners should invest to have a better understanding in automation after
You're
following?
asking you're asking me a very difficult question, Radha. This is very difficult for me to be very honest. Why? Because see, I don't know how much time you have. I don't know what is your current project requirement, how much busy you have, what are your family commitments. So it is hard for me to tell you. But to give you a basic idea, I believe in consistency because I'm a big time book reader actually, and I'll keep on sharing some good books how to improve your consistency because these 15-second reels are actually doing a lot of damage to our brain. Why? Our brains are no longer focused. We are always looking to have quick attention span. Maybe when we reach home from our office, we cannot sit idle. We want to take phone. If we are done from our phone, we want to switch on the TV. Why? We have this attention deficit syndrome actually. Why we are always wanting to stay busy. That is the biggest problem. Okay. Now coming to your question, how we can really learn. The thing is, all you want to do is you want to stay consistent. Okay. Now it totally depends upon your schedule. If you have good amount of time, you can take out 1 hour. Make sure you are taking out 1 hour every single day in your case. But somebody is like me who's very busy in our job. Maybe as an automation architect. Is it easy for me to take out 1 hour every single day? I doubt. Why? Because I'm leading so many different projects. It is not easy for me. In my case, I may take out 15 minutes. In your case, you can take out 1 minute. Sorry, 1 hour actually. So it totally depends upon individual person. How is your requirement? How you say how burning desire you have. In my case, my burning desire was initially to get this 40 LPA and I was hell bent on reaching this 40 LPA. So I was putting a blinder just like a horse and I was running big time. So if you truly want to make good money in IT, you want to do what other people are not willing to do. Most people are lazy. Most people will watch a cricket match. Most people watch this silly show, Big Box and all those things. But when it comes to their upskilling, they will not do it. I don't know. Are you getting me what I'm saying, Shit?
Mm. Yeah. So basically,
Okay.
would I say like as a beginner, 2 hours, I mean, 1 hour a day would be consistently would be more than enough. Just
Consistency is better than intensity. If you study for 6 hours one day and don't study for next 6 days, it is useless actually. Getting
yeah,
me?
Yes.
because you'll forget things. So rather than being so much intense, I would suggest go with consistency, even if it is 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So consistency is important. That is what I'll keep on teaching throughout this course. I'll be sharing my thought process actually.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also, Piyush, I saw your LinkedIn profile. I'm so sorry, but and you have mentioned that you are a YouTuber as well. So, is there any? Would you like to share your channel name?
I will share. Please talk to me in private actually. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, no worries. Some of you are very smart actually. You were able to find me on LinkedIn also. Okay, glad to hear. But so guys, so no question is silly. Feel free to ask me any questions without worrying anything. Yes, Soundarya, if you have a question, you can either post on chat or if you can unmute, you can unmute. Whatever works for
Hey,
you.
hi,
Yes,
Shrikant
Shrikant.
here.
Hi,
Yeah.
Shrikant.
So yeah, the duration, right? You said 2 hours in the 2 weekends, right? Every
Correct.
day 2 hours,
Not
right?
every day. Saturday,
So I mean,
Sunday.
like, yeah, what is the total hours? Like we are planning to on the like start date and end date.
Okay, so start date is officially today, but today being a demo
Okay.
class, so I wanted to give a course walkthrough so that you guys will have a better idea. From tomorrow, we'll start with JavaScript basics. So from me, tomorrow is the actual class. For you, it is a demo. If you are still unsure whether you feel you want to judge me on my teaching skills or not, yes, you can. Most people do, which is okay, right? But if you are confident, then you can join. As simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how many hours we planned here?
Uh, Around 45 to 50 hours. Which will take at least 2 months. Why? We are having only weekends, and I have to give you breaks also in between.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Any more questions,
Right.
Shrikant?
And you'll be sharing the document, right? That Insta document with us and the course details
I was
today.
waiting for somebody. When will somebody ask me the document? Okay, I'll share it right now in the chat itself. So okay,
Okay.
just give me one sec. Okay, I am sharing it right now in the chat. Okay, so meeting group chat. Okay, yes, guys, I've posted in the chat, and for now, if you want it, I can even post on the WhatsApp group as well. And once people are enrolled, we will be creating a separate WhatsApp group for the people who are already enrolled in this. Thank you so much, Bakas. If you have still questions, feel free to ask me. And no
Okay,
Yeah.
this
questions,
is
silly.
Sonia. Can you hear?
Um, yes,
If I want to enroll in the course and pay for it, what is the process?
is it Sonia who is asking me this question?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Sonia. So you can reach out to the team. So what I'll do is I'll ask team to reach out to you. Or if you still have
Okay.
doubts, you can ping me personally on WhatsApp and I will be helping you with the enrollment part.
I'll do that then. Thank you.
No worries. And thank you for asking. Any
You're
more questions?
welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, hi Piyush.
Okay. So please introduce yourself, your name. Otherwise, so many people are there. I'm not able to understand who's asking a
Uh,
question.
yeah, this
Soundarya.
is Soundarya.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry
Soundarya.
to
No worries.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
actually, yeah, you have told like you'll be sharing the file, recorded file. Will it be tomorrow or now?
Soundarya, your voice is breaking. I'm not sure if I'm able to understand properly, but I guess you are talking about the file that Node.js and installation. Is that so?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I've already shared on the what this chat itself.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank you,
So
Piyush.
okay. So course curriculum as
And
well, I will share.
yeah, actually, and I could see this another page web browser which is opening there from the code. Will
Sorry,
it
Soundarya, your
be
voice is
installed
breaking.
along with this?
Soundarya, I'm not able to hear you properly. It looks like you are traveling or something. I'm not able to hear you.
No, Piyush. Give me a minute. Sorry. Is it okay now?
Yes, better now. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry for that. So
No worries.
actually,
That's okay.
there's a web browser which is opening when we just run the code.
Right.
Will it be along with the file which you have shared, like during the installation?
Yes, everything is mentioned in that document. And if you still have any queries, so Soundarya, you can ping me separately and I'll be helping you to do this installation. Don't worry. If something is not clear, feel free to reach out to me. Don't think any question is
Yeah,
silly. Yeah, don't worry. Feel
yeah,
free to ask
no
me.
problem.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll just go through the document, and if there is anything, I'll just ping you back.
Absolutely. Sure. I'm there to help you all.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah. Thank
Yes.
you.
No worries. Yes, Rajkumar, you have a question?
Yeah. So Piyush, so I had a question. Like, say,
Hmm.
while we are working into say frameworks, say
Hmm.
in automation. So, like,
Hmm.
we have some projects in working from creating from scratch, and some are say existing DEC say projects. So,
Hmm.
in DEC projects, so basically there are some page objects. We need to
Hmm.
identify the test and those page objects, and then possibly based on the say the existing functions, we need to
Okay.
create the test scripts. So that
Hmm.
may take a bit longer, say, to create as compared to the, say, working from scratch. So
Hmm.
possibly I had a, say, a kind of a challenge while working, say, in such a scenario. So,
Hmm.
like, can we do a comparison scenario? So between the, say, the working from scratch and, say, legacy projects, page objects?
We can do that, but I would suggest that you don't want to get into all this. Why? Because ultimately, if you study from scratch, you will be able to work on any kind of project. Because if you especially mentioned about page object model, right? So yes,
Right.
we'll be talking about how to work with page object models, especially with TypeScript, because TypeScript is something ultimately we'll be using more of TypeScript. Why? Ultimately, most companies are actually moving from JavaScript to TypeScript. So we will thoroughly study about page object model. And if you're able to understand all this, you will be able to understand the legacy code as well.
Right. Okay, okay, yeah.
And if you still have any questions or doubts, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be there to help you.
Hey
That is the
Piyush.
reason you want to enroll here. Why? Otherwise, you can go to YouTube, no?
Hey
Right?
Piyush, actually my question is the Playwright can be automate the like a modern web application only, only Java.
No, no, no. Playwright supports not only modern applications, but most of the previous applications also. But most of the applications that are currently built are actually using what? Angular, React, and all those modern frameworks. So Playwright fully supports them.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes. So Playwright is designed in such a way that it should support maximum or majority of applications.
you. Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
No worries, Ravi. So, okay, somebody by the name of Pramo. I'm not sure if it is
Hey,
Pramo.
hey, this is Pramod. Yeah, thank you, Piyush. Hey,
Hi, Pramo.
quick question. So, you're going to cover the POM model mostly, right? And my question was, is that the only one that you need? The BDD you said was more of a wrapper. You don't need to use that at all, typically?
Actually, it depends upon company to company. Like some companies use BDD just for the heck of using BDD. They don't really understand the main core principles behind BDD. So BDD is what? It is just a wrapper. Ultimately, even if you are using BDD, you are using normal playwright code only. You are just putting a wrapper around it. Anybody can put a wrapper. Even a manual tester can just put this wrapper around. And they are calling we are having a BDD framework. Seriously? No. Okay. Yeah. But
So
if you
you don't really need it. So having a good knowledge on POM should be good enough.
Oh, yes, absolutely. PM is a bare minimum thing. Why? PM is just not, PM is what? Some people say POM is a framework. No, no, no. POM is not framework. POM is mostly what? It is a design pattern. It is a more commonsensical approach how to basically organize your files in such a way that from maintenance point of view, from maintainability, from reusability point of view, it is better. And we'll be covering everything in detail from scratch.
Okay, sounds good. And also, my other question was, so all of these tests we can put it in a CI/CD pipeline, right? And then everything can be
Correct.
executed directly from there.
Yes, absolutely. So at the towards the end in advanced playwright, we will be talking about what is CI/CD because most beginners don't even understand what is CI/CD, what are pipelines, what is Jenkins, how to run code via Jenkins and all. We will be covering everything.
Okay, so like if you're using like a TFS or something at work, right? From there we can execute
Oh yes,
directly.
actually we can. But in our case, in this course, I will be sharing this curriculum shortly, so you can go through the course and everything is covered. If you still feel something else is needed, for sure you can tell me.
Okay. And also
Yes.
maybe one more question. Web
Go ahead.
scraping, that is also pretty popular with Playwright, right? Is that also something you'll cover?
Okay, so web scraping is not a part of this course, but if you really want it, we can talk about this.
Okay, at least to get a feeler, basics maybe if you could do that
Oh,
also.
yes, it's
That'd be
absolutely.
helpful.
Yes, absolutely. If you think that is useful for you, for sure, why not? Ultimately, see, this course is not for me. This course is for you. You guys should get the maximum value from it. Okay? It's not about me getting happy. It's about you feeling that you got maximum worth.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's
Absolutely.
all.
No worries. Yes, Vakas, you have a question?
Yes, I have another question. Thank you for getting back to me. One other question that I had, you were mentioning something about Salesforce that it can also automate Salesforce application as well too, with Playwright.
Yes.
Is that true? Yes.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
what about Appian based applications as well too, right? It also automate that as well, correct?
Okay. See, if it
Uh,
is a normal application that you can open in your browser, then Playwright can automate.
yes.
As simple as that. If it is a
Okay.
mobile application, then Playwright cannot do.
Okay, so based on one of the questions that I had, is that when we're learning and training, we're gonna have what I'm gonna be having personally trouble with is
Hmm.
asking the right questions. Like, let's say that, when I set up a virtual machine, and then I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be going ahead and installing all the tools. That if
Okay.
I want to ask the right questions, is there like a with your team that is like a work support, or like if you're giving us a project throughout the weekend, and I'm trying to work on this during the
Hmm.
weekdays on my off days, is there a support team? Or somewhere we can like have a tutorial, we can ask questions about the project so we don't get behind, because I've tried taking other courses before, and what
Hmm.
ends up happening is that they go so fast that you don't have a time in the middle to ask questions, and the assignment that was given by the instructor, you
Okay.
automatically lose out on what you learned. So is there something that you guys offer as well too in the middle of the week, since it's only
Okay.
weekends only?
Okay. This is a weekend only course actually, Vakas, because in weekday we already have our existing Playwright weekday batch that is currently running on. So it is currently in the midway actually. Okay.
Correct.
So
No, I understand. I understand that part. But my question was like, let's say that you give us an assignment, right, for
Mm.
it to be completed by the next weekend. And if you have any troubles in the middle, do you
Oh,
guys,
okay.
how do you support with that? And the second
Okay.
question was, will
Hmm.
you help a little bit with like far as like people who are working already on a project, and
Okay.
they
Okay.
want to ask the right questions and not look stupid in front of their team in a basic way of setting up
Okay.
their automation.
Okay.
And so will you help with that as well too?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If you have any specific question, you can ask me. But yes, if I'm busy during the day, or maybe I may or may not be able to give you reply immediately, but for sure I will reply you. I
Okay.
will try to help you as much as possible. Even on the weekdays, you can drop me a WhatsApp, you can post either a personal chat or you can post on the group, whatever works for you.
Okay. Thank you. That's really
I'll try
helpful.
to help you as much as possible.
Okay.
May
I
not be
appreciate it. Thank
immediate, but for sure I'll reply you. Okay.
you. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Yes, Mahati. Any questions?
Hey,
Anyone?
hey, hi, this is Mahati. I have
Mahati.
a question I would like to enroll into the course. So you said send me a personal WhatsApp message to you, or how is
Okay.
it?
Yes. Whosoever wants to get enrolled, you can send me a personal WhatsApp and I will ask the team to reach out to you.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely. Any more questions? Anyone? And don't worry, guys, even if you still have questions tomorrow, like I will give you good opportunities also.
Yeah, Piyush, this is
Yes.
Praveen.
Yes, Praveen, go ahead.
Yeah, one quick question, Piyush. This JavaScript fundamentals, what would be the duration for that? How many sessions should we be taking?
So JavaScript fundamentals usually will take approximately a month or so because we will be covering everything from scratch. Then we'll be moving on to TypeScript and then we'll start with Playwright. This is our flow actually.
Okay, okay. And one
Yes.
more question is that, for each and every concept, you will be giving us teaching a program, right? You'll be giving some
Oh,
example
yes,
for that,
absolutely.
right?
Yes, yes. I will be giving you so many assignments. I will be sharing even notes for you for JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, everything will be shared with you. Okay, all you have to do is what? Just be little cooperative. Just prioritize this course. Okay, so that you guys can move on to the next level.
Okay. So say let's take an example in JavaScript, is we have operators or for loop, something we have. So you'll be giving an example for those also too for practice purpose and everything. You'll be teaching us in the classes, right?
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. And even during the classes, I will be giving you a lot of opportunities for you to ask me questions. Because sometimes people will have questions in the middle, right? For sure, I'll give you opportunity to ask me questions even during the class or after the class also.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you. Thanks,
No
Piyush.
worries. All right. Yes, Nitya, you have a question? If yes, you can ask me.
Hi. I have
Hello.
two queries. Hello.
Yes, Nitya, go ahead. Please tell me.
Yeah. If we have the classes on weekend, no? So if any case for any emergency, if we miss the class, then how we get that class
Okay, you will get the
video,
class
any
recordings.
records?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
As I was mentioning earlier, we this entire course would be recorded. We will be sharing the recording with you the very next day.
Okay, sure. And also in the during the class hours, we are doing any simultaneous and parallel coding parallelly, or only we are listening the class like that.
Okay, because like if okay, that's a very thoughtful question. So this is like a class wherein I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be showing you code from scratch. Okay, everything I'll be doing on my
Okay.
screen. If you think you can do it simultaneously, for sure you can. But I would suggest when you are seeing me write the code, you cannot pause me in between, right? This is not a YouTube course wherein you can pause me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
Unfortunately,
have a query.
exactly. Unfortunately, you don't have this particular power to, pause me when I'm talking. So you will get the recording, and that is the best thing about this course. Okay, so whatever you can follow, you can follow. And if something is missing, because you cannot learn everything in one go, you will have to go through this recording. You'll have to practice. Okay, so that is how you will actually get better. If you think watching one video is enough, no, sorry, that is not possible. You will have to go through some stuff multiple times.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, okay.
Sorry, I'm
Thank
not
you.
sugarcoating anything. I'm being very real and honest because I truly care for you. I feel you really want to grow in your career and you want to move on. So this is a real advice actually.
Okay, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Yes, Vihari, you have a question?
Yeah, one small request, please. Since I come from a manual testing background, and I'm new to these programming concepts or coding concepts. So, is
Okay.
it possible to go a little bit slow during the coding parts in
Oh,
initial
yes,
classes?
absolutely. Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, actually, I'm a naturally fast talker, so I have to curb my natural
Yeah,
instincts. I usually like to see. I'm deliberately forcing myself to speak at 1x now. Otherwise, I usually speak at 1.25x, something like this. But I'll try to keep myself slow. And if you think I'm going faster, please do let me know. For sure, I will slow down.
yeah. I just want to make sure I grasp the logic
No, no, I
strongly
totally
from the
understand.
presentation.
I totally get that. And if you think I'm getting little fast, please do let me know. Most people usually tell me that there is no problem with you, Piyush, except that you speak faster. That is a slight problem of me, but I'll try to keep it slower for sure.
Yeah, maybe it's due to that excitement in teaching or something.
No worries. In flow, I don't realize it, but if you feel it, please do let me know for sure. This course is for you
Yeah,
guys. Ultimately, you should find it valuable. Otherwise, what is the point?
yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so point taken, definitely. Any more questions? Maybe Mahati or Vakas? Anyone? I see your hand says raised. If your questions are over, you can lower your hands. Yes, Radha, you have a question. I see you unmuted.
Yeah, Piyush, just one more question that you said that it will be the Playwright automation can be integrated with Jenkins as well for the CI/CD pipelines.
Correct.
So
Correct.
how compatible it is? Is it easier to connect with Jenkins? Do we face any
Easy.
automation errors or the coding errors if we run through CI/CD
No,
Jenkins?
it is very, very easy. Even if you have never integrated before, I will show you from scratch how to install Jenkins on your machine, how to connect with your Playwright project, how to run your Playwright scripts, not locally, but from Jenkins. I will show you everything. And if you still have doubts, I will be there to guide and support you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I think so, guys. You should take a breather now. So you will still get questions. I know you still have more questions. So if you still have questions even after this class, you can drop me a WhatsApp. You can ask me queries tomorrow's class also. And some of you who have already decided to enroll, you can just ping me. I'll share a collated list with the team. They will reach out to you for enrollment part. And I think we are good for now. I don't see any more hands. So if there are no more hands, we can call it a day and I'll see you tomorrow. So please do join sharp tomorrow at 7:30. I will be joining 5 minutes early. I'm very particular about the timing. So I still see some people joining early than me, which is good. But yes, so before departing, just final thought. Okay, I'll just tell you that I'm there to guide you and support you. So if you are ready to take help, if you are ready to follow what I'm teaching you, trust me, guys, this course is one of the most valuable investment that you will ever do. Okay, and lastly, the final parting thought, you want to be bold, you You want to be loud, you want to be confident. Confident people make more money. Shy people are crushed by people who are confident. Okay? You want to be bold, loud, confident. Okay? That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to guide and mentor you, and I'll be happy to help. Okay? Thank you so much, and tomorrow I'll see you at 7:30. So take care. Bye-bye, guys. All right.
Thanks, Piyush. Thanks for the session.
Thank
Okay.
you.
See you.